I love this library in particular. It's a small community still, even though we're growing. I have stayed for the last 4 years due to the staff and the community. I just love the interaction with both the patrons and then also being out in the community, meeting folks who may or may not get to the library. I love spending time around books, around the children and the families. I love being energized by all the projects and passion that my coworkers have. I love the peacefulness of it. I love every aspect. I started as a materials handler and worked my way up through as an assistant and then librarian. And through the 4 years I've stayed because I just find a place of comfort here, but also the ability to grow and share ideas with the community when we hear from them. And it always just feels like community to me here. A library, it's a community space. So when I think of the library, I think of a safe place. I think of a place to go when maybe you don't have another place to go, where you need a quiet place, a place to connect with people, a place to meet new people, meet new books. And I find that a library can be a source of helpfulness. This libraries change over time. And without connecting with the community, without finding out what their needs are, needs don't stay the same. And I find that we need to ask anywhere from our families to our teens to our volunteers on how can we make this a place that meets your needs. And of course, we won't be able to meet everybody's needs, but we also have our folks that struggle with homelessness in the community, that this is a safe place for them. A lot of them share that coming to Lafayette feels safe for them when maybe there's nowhere else to go. I know for me, sometimes when I used to live in Boulder and I was having a rough day and just needed to get out of the house, where do I go? I went to the library. And I find that this is constantly checking in with our folks, our staff, our community. What can we do to serve their needs, whether it's from digital technology or newer books or other resources. A lot of our folks during quarantine time have sat outside the library to use the Wi-Fi so that there's connections outside that they can plug in and charge their phones or their iPads or the computers to use that Wi-Fi. So even if we're not quite yet open to the public, it's important that we find how we can still support the community in their ever-changing needs and being open to that. What makes a library is the folks who live here. The folks passing through. It just feels like a place that we try to go out into the community, and if you're not able to get to the library, provide connection to the library, whether it's going to schools, community centers, senior centers, just trying to get the word out about other resources that sometimes you're not able to get to the library, but maybe we can bring our resources, whether it's summer reading and going to the lunch during the summer at the local park and providing books. I love seeing all the kids sitting around eating lunch and reading their books and going to the little free libraries during the summer. I remember as a kid going to the library, and I remember at the time you couldn't get a library card until you could actually sign your name. And so I remember feeling so grown up that I could finally sign my name when I got my own library card. And, getting home, and I didn't make it past the stairs. I'd just be sitting on the stairs for hours just reading my books. And as I was growing up in Boulder or other areas, that I would always find the library. And when I travel, I always look for a library because I know that's a place where I can just regroup. And it's always felt like a space where I could just sit and think or read, people watch, just be.